Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. Today I'm going to talk about how you can make your speech or your English more clearer and more reachable. Okay, we all speak in English, but at times it happens that we are not able to express our ideas very clearly and very effectively. So today in this session, I'm going to tell you how you can make your speech, make your communication, make your English speaking more effective and more clear so that people do understand every bit of it and you will sound pro in speaking in English and your English will be amazing. Yes, that's right. Whoever will listen to your communication, to your conversation, will definitely think that your English is amazing. So do follow my video to understand all the tips and tricks and methods which can help you to become fluent and confident and clear in speaking in English. And this will help you everywhere, whether you are in an interview, whether you are talking to a client, your colleagues, your friends, your family members, distant relatives, strangers, etc., etc. We all should know how to communicate, guys, and this session is all about it. I'll tell you how you need to communicate clearly and effectively. So be with me. On that note, guys, welcome back to my channel. I am your English communication coach or English trainer, and I'm going to help you with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. For that, you have to definitely subscribe my channel, like and share my videos if you wish, and do write your comments in the comment section so that I can take up some topics or I can answer your queries in the comment section. Another important thing is stay tuned, stay connected and watch my entire video to master this skill or to communicate well in English. Now let's get back to the topic. So we all want to be fluent in English. But in order to be fluent and confident in speaking in English, we also need to be very clear in our communications or during our conversations. Whatever we are saying, whatever we are answering, whatever we are asking, we need to be to the point or very apt, which means we have to be very articulate. Okay, so that the other person understands it immediately. It should not be like the other person should start thinking like, does he mean this or does she mean this? Should I answer this question or that question? There should not be any confusion in anybody's mind. That is what good communication skills are, or speaking good English means. So I'm going to tell you one thing which will help you to become very clear and fluent and confident in speaking in English. This technique or this trick or this method, whatever you say, is called adding details. Yes, guys, you've heard it right. It's a very simple thing. You just need to keep in mind while you're speaking to somebody, while you're talking about any topic, you have to add details to your speech or to your answer or to your conversation, right? So I'm going to tell you how adding details will help you in having a clear communication or having a clear conversation with people in English. Okay, why it is important? And I'm going to give you 4 examples which will help you to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with number 1. So what is the importance of adding details to your conversation? The first thing is it will help the other person to understand what you're talking about or get an idea of what you are talking about. For example, I'll take up one question and I'm going to answer that question in 2 different ways. And I'll tell you how adding details can help other people to understand it very clearly and completely. Okay, for example, if somebody has asked me, what is your hobby? This is a question. Reply number 1. I love playing sports. That's it. That is it. I just replied, I love playing sports. Okay. Now people will understand, well, it's a good answer. I mean, it's a decent answer. People do answer in this way, right? So they'll understand, okay, you love playing sports. But answer number 2 will help you to understand the difference between answer number 1 and answer number 2. So coming back to reply number 2, I'm going to say, I love playing all kind of sports, but basketball is one of my favorites. Every Sunday, whenever I have time, I go and play basketball. Right? Now, did you notice what is the difference between the answer number 1 and answer number 2, or reply number 1 and reply number 2? There's a big difference, right? The first one, I just said, I love playing sports, which people will definitely understand that, yes, I love playing sports, but what kind of sports? When do I play? It's very ambiguous, right? It's not very clear with my answer. But when I say I love playing all kind of sports, but basketball is one of my favorites, every Sunday when I get time, I go and play basketball. See? The answer is so clear, and just two sentences helped me to make my answer sound so clear and so easy, right? It has a lot of clarity than the first answer, and it has some more details to it. So that is why I always prefer answering in this way. Reply number 2 or answer number 2 format. Right? Add a few details, get into the specifics. Don't be very general. Now, the person who is listening to this answer will definitely get an idea that yes, you love playing sports, but basketball is your favorite, and every Sunday you practice basketball. Okay, so the person got the answer very well, very clearly. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why we need to add details to our answer or during our conversation in English to be more clear and articulate, right? Reason number 2 why adding detail is important. It will help you to engage with people. When you add details to your answer, it will be more engaging and more interesting for others to listen to you. Yes, you heard it right. Just by adding more details to it, it will sound more interesting to people and it will sound more engaging. They will like to listen to your conversation. I'm going to give an example to clarify or support my point. So question number 2. What food do you like? What food do you like? Now, answer number 1 or reply number 1 is, I like home cooked food. Right? I just said I like home cooked food or home cooked meals, which is a very decent answer. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a very clear, normal, general answer which people then generally give. I like home cooked food or home cooked meals. Right? But let's get to answer number 2 or reply number 2 by adding more details or being more specific in this answer. Let's give it a try. I love home cooked meals, especially having a thali. It is a balanced diet and it helps in portion control as well. So you saw there's a lot of difference between the two answers. I simply said I love home cooked meals, especially I love having thali and it makes my day. It is a balanced diet and it helps me in portion control as well. See how many details I gave, right? So the person listening to my answer will be really, excited, curious and interested in knowing these details. Oh wow, thali is a balanced diet. Yes, it helps in portion control also. You have small portions of everything in a thali. You have carbohydrates, proteins, fiber, probiotics, everything in one place. That's true. So people will also start thinking about it. They will also start analyzing it and they will start engaging with you, asking more about it. So this is how you format your answer, adding a little more details to it to help people get engaged and interested in having a conversation with you. So you're understanding the difference, right? So next time, whenever you have been asked a question, take a moment to think about what details you can add so that it gets more interesting and more engaging for people who is going to listen to your answer. And it's not difficult at all, guys. Okay, 2 sentences maximum. And your answer is crystal clear. Right? That is the magic of adding details. Number 3, or reason number 3, why adding details is important. It will help you to sound more natural and fluent in English. Right. You know why? I'll tell you that. But definitely in this way, when you start adding details to your answer, people will start recognizing you as a good communicator, as fluent in English and confident in speaking English. So this will help you to sound more fluent and more confident in speaking in English. Right? Now, let's take an example. Question number 3. Tell me something about your job, or what do you do? It's a very basic question which everywhere people ask, whether you are in an interview or you are in a professional setup or a personal setup or anywhere else. People do ask this question, what do you do? Or what is your job profile? How to answer this question? Reply number 1. I work in an HR department in an IT company. Good enough. These informations are good enough for a person to understand what is your profile or what is your job profile or what work do you do. Right? I work as an HR in an IT company. But coming to reply number 2, let's see if we add some more details and be more precise and more clear in our communication or in our answer. Let's try this. I specialize in training and development and I help people to improve their communication skills. So basically, I am a soft skill trainer and a communication coach, and I help people to overcome their communications problems so that they can grow in their career and respective fields. That's it. See what a big difference it makes, right? The second answer is very specific to the point what I do. Of course, training and development is a part of an HR. I work with an IT client or IT company, and I said that in my first answer. But when I'm being very specific, how I help people, what do I do? Everything is clear now, right? Everything is crystal clear what I do. I work as a communications coach and I help people to overcome their communications problems and grow in their career and respective fields. So this is a much clearer answer. Don't you think so? Yes. So that is why adding a bit of details help us to sound more fluent and confident and pro in speaking in English. So this is another advantage of adding details to your conversations or answers. Okay, so keep in mind. So the next time when somebody asks you a question, take a moment, think about it and be very specific and clear about how to answer this question. And it's not difficult. Start practicing it from today. Take up small questions and start practicing in this way. And you'll see a big difference after some time. If you keep on practicing it for a month, that will be very good, right? You will see a big difference in your communication or conversation and your answers as well. Okay, and that will help you to build confidence and fluency. Definitely. Point number 4. Adding more details help others to understand your personality and your thought process more clearly or more easily rather, right? See, as an HR, when I take interviews, I put up a question, I give enough time to people to answer the question, and I just notice how they answer, what they're saying, what they're not saying, what they want to say. I analyze everything, and after 5 minutes, I at least 10% I start understanding what the other person is about. How is the person's personality? How is the person's thought process? So during HR interviews, we generally ask questions and speak to the other person to understand their thought process and personality, what kind of personality they are. Yes, I agree, in half an hour or 1 hour interview, you can't understand the person completely. But if you're smart enough, you'll get an idea about how that person thinks and what kind of, personality this person is. Okay, so you will understand. So that is why answering in detail, the kind of answer you give to people helps them to understand your thought process and your personality. So you have to keep this in mind. This is a very important point, guys, right? We have to present the best, our best, right? Everywhere, whether it is an interview or an office or in college, school, or in a family function, rather, anything. We have to represent our best. So that is why the way we answer does reflect our personality and our thought process. So that is why adding required details or necessary details or apt details is very important. Question number 4, just to support and explain this to you. Where did you go for the holiday? Where did you go for the holiday? It's a very simple question, right? Answer number 1 or reply number 1. I can simply say, I went to a hill station in Himachal Pradesh. Or I went to Manali in Himachal Pradesh, which is a hill station. Decent answer, good answer. At least people will understand, okay, you went to Himachal Pradesh or you went to Manali and it is a hill station. Okay, we get all these ideas, which is absolutely fine. Good enough, but not the best answer. Yes. Now, reply number 2. How will you add more details to make it more clear, to make people visualize how was your holiday like? Okay, how was your holiday? So they want to understand how was your holiday means that they want to understand more, right? Not just, you went to a hill station, you went to Manali, or you went to Himachal Pradesh. They want more details about it, right? So that is why you need to add things which can help them visualize or understand it clearly. Now, let's give it a try. I went to a hill station in Himachal Pradesh. It felt like heaven on earth. The resort, the food, the climate, the place, everything was wonderful. We were in love with that place. We clicked a lot of pictures and we enjoyed every bit of our holiday. Right? So this answer is very much different from my first answer. Did you notice the difference, guys? Yes, absolutely. This is what the difference is. So you have to take a moment, think about it, and you can just express it in 2-3 sentences. Right? What you did there, how was your stay, how was everything. Just combine everything and just speak up. That's it. You don't have to use a lot of sentences. You don't have to add every single detail, but it's just that everything should be such that people understand how was it, how was your holiday. So you had fun, you enjoyed a lot, food, food, places, hotel, everything was good. So, you kind of give all the information which help people to understand your thought process and your personality also, that you are fun-loving, you enjoy such kind of places, and you love food and photography and the weather, the cool weather, etc., etc. So it helps them to understand your thought process and your personality as well. What kind of personality you are, like fun-loving. So guys, this is how we need to add details to our answers to make things more clear and more engaging and more better easy for the other person to understand us. Okay, so that is why adding details is very important and integral part of any communication or any conversation. Keep this thing in mind and start practicing in this way to see the difference. So guys, that's a wrap for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.